Good morning and welcome to my channel PawfectPastimes. My name's Amanda, my friends call me Ammo, and I live in Dorset in the southwest of England with my husband and my 3 dogs, and you can see Willow there, so she's the one that moans, groans and sighs. If you hear any noises, it's probably her. This is, I think, my second or third attempt to start this podcast. It keeps raining quite heavily, and if you're a regular, you know my little room here is a conservatory and you can hear the rain on the roof. I will stop again if it gets loud again, because I know it can be a bit distracting. I can suppress some of it in editing, but if you've got earbuds in, it might be a little bit much. If you are a returning person, thank you very much. A viewer, I am very grateful to have you here. Don't forget to click the like button, whichever side it's on. I can never remember, and different devices have it in different places anyway. Thank you for all your lovely comments. I do try and answer all of your comments, and it's just lovely to hear from you and know that you're on the other side of my camera. And if you're new here, please consider joining me. Again, that gives YouTube the notification that you enjoyed it, and it will put me more out there for other people to find me. And consider subscribing too, because that's very useful for my algorithms and gets me out there too. Excuse me. So, how are you all? It's just been rain here still. I keep trying to record and it keeps raining some more, so apologies it's taking some time. I'm wearing my yoke by Verena Cause, and it's made in Rowan Pure Wool Superwash worsted, and it's just a house jumper that I wear. It doesn't pill much, it washes well. It's a tunic length, so it comes down quite some time. It's got this nice ribbing down the sides. It's a very comfy one just to be wearing around the house, lovely and warm. So I'll put all the details below about anything I mention, like the milky. First of all, a huge thank you to everybody who commented and went on to vote on the Pastimes for our rescue. I'm very grateful if you took the time to do that. The voting is still open. I'll put another link down below. We won't know until the actual night of the Pastimes on, I think it's the 3rd of March. Can't remember. If you look down below, it will take you to the link where you can vote and find out more about it. We are into the last 3 of the rescue section of the Pastimes, so that is such a big thing for little rescues like we are. There's only 5 of us in the rescue, and it's all done remotely, and it's amazing how many dogs have to come through this rescue who are all GSPs. Willie's a rescue, so all the publicity we can get is very favourable. Thank you very, very much. I have no finishes this week. If you saw my short, couldn't think then, sorry, you will know that I did my Dreyma. There's Remy in his day glow. I did my Dreyma, the pattern part, and all the way along, I'm always saying to people, if you get a little knocking on the back of your eyeballs to pay attention to something, pay attention to it. Your inner workings usually knows more about what you're doing than you do, or you think you do. So I have 2. I have Millie, who is my little good angel, and Molly, who's my naughty angel. And they were squabbling in the background. One was saying, "Oh, you must stop, you've done something wrong." And Molly was saying, "No, carry on, it's looking fab, keep going." And I should have taken more notice of Millie, because I could tell it was getting bigger, and it just had that it's not quite right feeling about it. So I finished all the yoke patterning. I put it on a cable and I put it on, and it was huge. it was too far wide, and it did that. And when it sat down on my shoulders, there was ripples all the way around it. So I was a bit cross that I hadn't paid attention to what my inner me was saying. So I took the huge leap and undid it all, because I wouldn't have been happy with it. I could have carried on, but it would have been very, very large. So I took it all back, and I reassessed where I was on the drops air and my tension and what I wanted to get from the yarn, and I started again. And this is where I'm up to now. It's such a lovely pattern, and I am more than happy with how these two colours are working together. The beige drops air, I will put all the details on the screen and down below. I did talk about this quite a bit in the last podcast, if you wanted to go back and watch that. The beigey colour of this grey drops air matches beautifully with the I think this is called ruby wine. I call it a mulberry, but it's called red ruby wine or something like that anyway. But they're blending beautifully together in the yoke section, and it's certainly it's on a shorter cable at the moment, short enough that I'm now dropping stitches. There we go. Yeah, they're beautifully, and it just has that better feel about it. It's not as floppy or as big, or it feels better, more positive anyway. And I have put it on a cable, and it is sitting nicely. It's got that shape to it as opposed to that shape to it. So I am more than happy to have taken this all the way back, despite all the work. It is quite a bigger yarn. I'm knitting this on a 4.5mm needle. It's an Aran weight, I believe, but with the two yarns together, it's quite chunky. It's knitting up quite fast. So I'm pleased to have done that, and if I get anybody else knocking on the back of my eyeballs telling me something's wrong somewhere, I will pay more attention. I'm always telling other people they should, so I should myself really. So there is the partial yoke of the Dreyma. I am about 2/3 through, and I've got about another third to do. I have no finishes at all this week, because I worked so much on that and then took it back and then started again. So I didn't do anything else much, and it's just starting to rain again. If I have to pause you, there may be a glitch. I apologise. If you've got headphones on, I'm sorry. I will try and suppress the background noise in the editing. Now, Black Sheep Wools are doing a Bust the Blues blanket. This is Emma Cat Crochet's design, and there's the picture of the blanket. There's the two colours of the kits, all that jazz and something else. I can't remember the colours. I'm doing this colourway. It's a 4-weekly release of the patterns, and it's all done in super Starcross Special Aran, and all the different colours therein. Here is my bag of yarns, and there's a list of all the colours. Oh, it's upside down, there we go. There's a list of all the colours. The pattern is free from Black Sheep Wools. You just have to purchase it free and download it each week. And I have done that's week 1. And I've just started week 2 with the lark's foot, the brown bit at the top here. Burgundy and green, olive green. But up to the blue is week 1, all done. I know I've got another couple of blankets on the go, but blankets don't count as whips, don't forget. Because it's a weekly, I thought I'd give it a go anyway. So on the picture, I'm up to just starting that one there. 4 weeks, this is week 2 going through now. It releases on the Tuesday. So I hope you can hear me still okay. I'll see what it's like in editing. Sorry, I had to pause then because it just got too noisy on the roof. So I may not have finished anything knitty or crochet or stitch even. I don't think I've done anything stitching this week, but I did get to finish my 30-day sketchbook challenge. I must admit the last 6 days were a bit rushed, but I finished all 30 days. And the last time I saw you was day 24 when we did nighttime. So day 25 was architectural detail, and down in our town we have a rather well-known church. So from one corner of the church green, I did a very quick sketch and just took in the quick details of an architectural building, as buildings are. Day 26 was words, letters and text. Well, I do like a bit of collage. You've seen some of the others, so I've got lots of bits of textural words and wrote on there with different medias, and just made a piece that says text. I do quite enjoy just getting lost in a bit of collage, which was great fun. Day 27 was a piece of pottery. I did this in focus squares, well, they're rectangles really. I drew a little window in a piece of cardboard, and what I used for my subject was a glug jug. I have a glug jug in my downstairs shower room. So using the rectangle cutout, I focused on certain areas of the glug jug, and drew my piece of pottery, or little specific vignettes of the pottery. So that was quite fun and a different technique. 28 was hair. I don't have much luck with my hair at the moment. It's getting quite thin and fluffy, and it does its own thing. So I got some pictures off the internet and just did several types of hair. That was a nice quick thing to do. I don't think anybody can draw my hair with any luck, to be honest. Day 29 was your city or town or village. I live in a lovely little village in the countryside. We don't have that many houses, but we do have a pub, a church and a village hall. So I drew all 3 of them quickly out and about. I did the pub from a photo that I'd taken, and there are 3 main public buildings of our little village. If you go all through the village, you will see the names like the post house, the bakery, all that sort of thing. So, you know, once upon a time the whole village was virtually self-sufficient, and a lot of the villages are the same now. They don't have these buildings anymore, but hopefully they still have their church and their village hall, and a lot of them don't have their pubs anymore. We're very lucky to still have our pub. And day 29, the last day, the word was celebrate. So I just put in a celebration cake, a nice chocolate with strawberry cream celebration cake. So I finished all 30 days prompts. I still have quite a few videos to go back and catch up on, which I didn't catch at the time. It has got access for me for forever now. I'm going to do some sort of a cover on this book so that I know what it is. It's quite a flat little thing because I did a lot of the pictures were on separate pieces of paper, because this book is a normal cartridge paper and wouldn't have taken a lot of the heavier media. So I used watercolours and stuck them in, and other pieces of paper. So it's made quite a nice fat little book. I was pleased to get to the end of that, even if it was slightly delayed by a few days. I have noticed online there is this resurgence in people doing what they're calling commonplace books. Now, commonplace journaling is something that's been going on for hundreds and hundreds of years. I believe a lot of Da Vinci's books are classed as commonplace books. They are basically a notebook that you carry around with you all the time, and you insert ideas and snippets of things that you find, quotations, memory things. It's just a notebook basically, and there is a resurgence in doing them. And I have some of my previous commonplace books here. This represents about 15 years worth of commonplace noting. I don't journal. They're not journals. They are notebooks that you write all sorts of things that catch your eye. There's some themes of books, something I saw that I could use for a technique, quick sketches that I've taken down, some ideas of what I could use to inspire, and all the way through these books there was an idea I was using for one of the workshop on the webs things, and that's all they are. They're notebooks. They're unstructured journals. I find journal is a word you use for something with a little bit more structure and possibly follows a date pattern, possibly a bit more thought goes into what you're writing in it. These are just a spur of the moment things. Commonplace books are spur of the moment notebooks. These are a 5 size because I used to carry a bag with me, and I always had it with me wherever I went. I used to be able to pop it in my bag, and it went on with me with holidays and everything. Nowadays I don't seem to carry a bag so much because everything's done on my phone, payments and everything. So I have a smaller A6 size book, which is currently in the other room. And when you have one of those light bulb moments, I just write something down. If I see a quote I like, I write something down. If somebody mentions another podcast or a video I should watch or something like that, I write it down. That's all commonplace books are, just notebooks. So I thought I'd share those with you as I have just finished the 30-day sketchbook journal. Now, another journal that I do use with a little bit more structure is my creative one. This one runs, this is all my knitting. You can see all the panels, patterns, yarns in there. This one runs from January 2023, and it's just about run out. In here I write down, oh, I didn't put the start date on that one, there we go, Drissa's Garden Cowl, there we go. And you've got what it is on one side, and then you have all the yarn and details, and anything I found out about it, where I got things from, and it's great to look back from. You'll quite often see me referring back to this book in my videos. So I've just started a new one. Now these books are just from the supermarket, I think from Tesco's in the UK. They are B5 size, so they are slightly shorter and slightly wider than an A4. They're big. back again. I've paused this video so many times. Now, where was I? My journal. It's a B5 from Tesco's. I like the B5 size because it's slightly shorter and slightly wider than an A4 size, and I prefer that format for keeping my knitting information in. I have just started a new one, and I have this piece of cardboard in there, and in the corners I write down everything I put on the page. I have this because as this gets filled up with labels and bits of yarn and things in it, when you want to write on it, you need something in the previous page so that it's nice and flat. So on that piece of card, I also have what I start my pages with, and that is what I have put in here. See, I put where it's from when I started it, and I haven't finished filling this one out for the Spiritual Guardian cowl yet, but I will do. At the beginning of this one, the last one is 3 years old, and there was a few things I'd wanted to tweak. Now at the front I always have these conversion tables reminding what stitches is what for UK and US. I have the conversion of yarns because different yarns are different weights, stitch counts, needle, that sort of thing. So just a quick reference guide. The first couple of pages I have a line down there which is my contents, if you like. I do number every single page, and the contents page I fill out like that. So that is the first couple of pages. Just a line down the centre, and as I go I write down what I'm putting in on each page. There's the second page for contents, because I usually go over. Now this year I've decided to have just one blank page just for socks. I tend to do vanilla socks. I use them for just travelling with or going to appointments, that sort of thing. So they're usually, most of the time, vanilla plain socks. I know my measurements. It's not very often I do them for other people, so it's just for me. And I will put in the date, what yarn it is, if the pattern's got a name, if I do a pattern. But then I'll put the finish date on the side. So I know what yarn I started and finished the socks on, and what colour they are, that sort of thing. So I thought I'd keep the socks separate and quite simple. Next, I thought I'd do a couple of pages of single skein quick makes, like the Point Edward's mitts. So I put the start date, the finish date, what they were, and what I made them in, and what needles I used. So then I will skip to the next one, next. They don't need full pages. I was finding in my other book, I was putting in details for quick single skein things, and most of the page was blank because it just didn't need that much information. Then I've gone into the proper part. As I said, I've numbered all the pages. I've put the information in, when I started it, when I finished, the designer, where I bought the pattern from, and sometimes the yarn from, whether I had it upstairs, what size needles I'm making it on, what yarn, what colours, leftovers or not. My thoughts on the pattern. Also, I have a post-it note with everything that I need to print out a picture of. I've become quite slack at taking photographs since I stopped blogging. Here comes the rain again. I'm going to carry on for a little bit anyway. So every now and then, when I've got a few items on that list, I will make a montage on a normal printing piece of paper, print it out, cut them out and stick them in my journal. got quite a few I need to catch up on, this type of thing. So I've just got a point of reference in the future, and it comes very handy. It's also nice to see that I do actually get things made and finished. I just keep track of things that way. So I just thought I'd show you how I set up my new creative journal. I use it for my yarniness, not sketching or anything like that. It's just purely knitting and crochet in these books, but always useful to refer back. So I hope that's useful for anybody who's thinking of doing it. And other than that, I think that is everything this week, because it's just the way the week's gone. We haven't been anywhere much to take pictures for you. It just keeps raining. The puddles and the flooding is quite extensive all round. John's been at home recovering from his nosebleed. One observation I thought was quite interesting, one of the nose doctors noticed there were 9 patients in with the same thing, older patients on blood thinners with bad nosebleeds further into the nasal cavity. And he did notice that there had been quite a severe drop in air pressure. So that's just something he thinks he might take note of and look into, whether the air pressure drop caused all these nosebleeds. It's just unusual for them to have so many in all at once. For me, I haven't had my latest results back yet. They're still waiting on them. I've got to have another blood test to go back. Generally, the results are moving very slowly in the right direction, but the molecular level ones that they really want to move, we don't know what they're doing yet. My last one, I was at 19% when I should have been nearer 1%. So I'm hoping this new chemo tablet I'm on is moving it forward faster. I'm enjoying being on this current chemo tablet. Well, you don't enjoy being on it, but compared to the last chemo tablet, the side effects are very much more controllable. Though my neutrophils are still incredibly low and well below the normal bottom rate. So if I'm going somewhere enclosed or lots of people, if I go shopping in a shop or like on the aircraft, I wear a mask all the time. So you might not recognise me out and about because I'll have a mask on. I am going to Unravel next month. No, next week. Next week. Oh, yes. So if you see me, I may have a mask on. Don't be surprised. I'm being very cautious. I have no immunity to things at the moment, so that's all compromised. So hopefully that will come through in the next couple of weeks, the results for that. Other than that, we watched the Olympics opening ceremony last night. All those young, wonderful, hopeful faces going to represent their countries. I do love the Winter Olympics. I don't know why it's more preferable to me than the Summer Olympics. I think it's perhaps because I'm a cold weather person. Maybe that's it. But I'm looking forward to watching that now. Remy's going in and out because it is their lunchtime. The Olympics is on the telly. I am going to go and get on with my Dreyma, the yoke part now. Feed the dogs, watch a bit of the Olympics, sit in front of the fire, and just hope the rain stops. So I hope you're all well, and I'd like you to please stay safe and stay creative, and I will see you all again very soon. So bye.